All right, hello everybody. We're going to look at chemistry lesson 10. I'll open up the PowerPoint and I'll open up the assignment. All right, so we're going to look at calculation with significant digits. So I'm not going to take time to do this. Slow it down. I would pause it, go through the PowerPoint. If you're not familiar with the rules of significant digits, review them again. Make sure that you feel solid on significant digits. And when we do calculations, there's 4 rules to keep track of. Rule number 1 applies to adding and subtracting. So when you add and subtract, the data has to have the same units. You can't do milliliters and subtract grams. Makes no sense. You can't do grams and subtract liters. So when you add and subtract, you have to have the same units. Sometimes that means you might have to convert. Rule number 2, this is only when we add and subtract. It's a different set of rules from multiplying and dividing. But what you do is the precision of a sum or difference, meaning the precision, if you add or subtract, your answer cannot be more precise than either of the numbers that you used. So this is going to look at basically the decimal places. So it's going to be like this. If you're going to do something like, say, 21.3 plus 13.72. All right, let's say it's meters, so that way they both have significant digits. Okay, when we add those together, we'll have 2. Actually, I'm sorry. For this first example, I'm going to change this just a little bit. Let's say this is a 2. This example will make the point a little bit clearer. So this is a 9 point. This is a 4. This is a 3. So that's our answer. However, the idea is this. Do we know what is in this place right here? Do we know? We don't. We have no clue. So since we have no clue what's right there, can you say, I don't know plus 2 equals 2? I don't know plus 2 equals I don't know. So you round this away so it's out of there. At 2, would you round up or round down? We'd round down and keep it a 9. So you'll keep your answer 34.9 meters. Okay, another example, if you had let's say if we have like 11 and then right here we have 13.6. Say it's liters. So we get liters and we end up with 24.6 liters. However, did we know what was right here in this decimal place? Not on the 11. So since we don't know what was right there, we're not allowed to know what was right there. So make that go away. But if you make a 6 go away, you'll round it up. So we'll say our answer is 25 liters. Okay, that's how this works. So your precision has to be the same when you add and subtract, meaning the decimal place. This can get a little bit weird when we're doing these without decimals. So basically we'll go like this. If we have, this is where it's really weird. Let's do 10 plus 11 centimeters. Okay, is that 0 significant? Remember our rules from yesterday. Is that a significant 0? No, it's not. So we don't know what's right there because it's not a significant 0. So when we add them, we get 21 centimeters, but we're not allowed to keep the 1 there. We don't know what's right there. So we can't know what's right there in the answer. So we don't know that. So we'll round it to 20 centimeters. A lot of people look at that and they get like, what in the world? How is 10 plus 11 20? That's not what we're saying. Remember, in significant digits, if it's a 0 in that place and it doesn't have a decimal, that's just holding place. So we're really just saying we don't know what's right there. So it's like saying 1 and question mark. Could be 11, could be 12, could be 13. So if I say, hey, what is 11 plus a number that could be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19? What is that going to be? You guys say, I don't know. So what we'll do is we give us the best estimate, which is rounding this away and saying what we have. All right, so that is how we add and subtract. You keep the precision of the 2 numbers that you were given. So with that, let's look at the lesson. So we have, go ahead and let's try the first two. I want you to go in there, try the first two yourself, and let's see how you do. So press pause, do the first two, and then you can go ahead and press play. All right. So let's look at how you do this. Number one, I have right here, we have 1.06 grams plus 43.00 grams. So look at what we have here. We know what's in the ones place. It's a 0. It's significant. We know what's in the second decimal place, the tenths. It's a 6 and a 0. Both are significant, though. So this one actually ends up being easy. 44.06 grams. And we know what was in this last decimal place, so we get to keep it. So we actually don't even have to round. So just leave it how it is. Nice and easy. Okay. Now let's try this one. This, you see 10 minus 5, you're going to think, oh, that's easy. It's just 5 grams. However, it's going to be 5 point. Do we know what's in that first decimal place? Did both of them have a 0? Yeah. Is that a place holding 0? No, of course not. You don't have to put zeros to the right of the decimal if you don't have to. So it's there because they measured it. There's for sure nothing there. What about right here? Is there anything right there? Yeah, there's nothing there. But what about in the third decimal place? Does this one know what belongs there? On the 10, do we have any idea what's there? No, we don't. On the 5, do we know what's there? Yes, we do. But can we say for sure there's 0 there? No, so we just leave nothing. So this is the answer that you should get for that. Okay, now let's look at the rules for multiplication. So when you multiply, you cannot have more significant digits than the measurement with the fewest significant digits. Okay, so when you multiply, divide, you count how many significant digits, and then you round it so you'll have the same number of significant digits. So it's going to be like this. We might have an example here. Okay, so let's do, I'm not going to do that problem right now. I'm just going to make my own. So let's do something like if we have like 5.3 meters times, let's go ahead and do 2.4 meters. So when you multiply meters times meters, you get meters squared. And then when we do 5.3 times 2.4, I'm going to pull up the calculator. I don't feel like doing that in my head right now. Let's do 5.3 times 2.4. We get 12.72. Okay, seems easy enough. But here's what you need to do. You don't look at, if it was adding or subtracting, we'd say, hey, look, they're both in the first decimal place, and we'd keep that there. We're not doing that. How many significant digits do we have right there? 2. How many do we have right here? 2. So how many is our answer allowed to have? Well, the same number, 2. So we'll keep that. We'll keep that, but these have to be rounded away. So if you round away 7.2, it'll round up to make it 13 meters squared. So that's how we do adding, adding and dividing. Okay, and then our last example, our last rule, if you multiply and divide and one is a measurement and the other is a non-measurement, then just keep the precision of the measurement. So my example for this, will be like this. We'll go, if I have 5.3 and we're doing that times, let's do it times 7. So if we do 5.3 times 7, oh, you know what I should do? 5.3 times 7, let's go ahead and make it meters. Then when we do 5.3 times 7, we get 37.1 meters. Now, you might think we're multiplying. There's two significant digits. However, this is not a measurement. So instead of counting significant digits, just look at the decimal place. And so since it's at the first decimal place, then this one stays at the first decimal place. And that is our final answer. Okay, what about if we do 5.3 meters? This time let's do times 7.15. All right, so 5.3 meters times 7.15. So we'll do 5.3 times 7.15, and we get 37.895 meters. But what was the precision of this one? It's at the very first decimal place. So you round it, so that's the last actual value you have. So make it a 37.95. That will round up, so 0.9. Okay, so that is all the rules we have for this. So to keep this video from being too long, go ahead and give that a try, and then I will put another video at the very end where I go over all your examples.